Make America great. Beep boop beep 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 boop beep boop. 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 Boop boop beep boop. Beep bop 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 beep. I am very tired. I am very tired. But that doesn't stop me from doing what I'm supposed to do. What am I supposed to do? Tell the truth. I actually don't remember where I left off. Should I try to guess or should I go look? Mingo. I consume a lot of fluids. Not in jail yet. Ooh, yeah, I got fucking intense, dude. Oh, man. Me from doing. This is what they want to stop me from doing. Psst. It's talking about this. You notice the connection will drop out because of the subject matter. But I don't care. You're a bunch of faggots. Ha ha, you can't stop me. You're a bunch of niggers. Ed is gonna fucking kill himself. Ed's gonna kill himself. So it revealed to me their inner workings. These psychopaths who have destroyed the United States of America. They happily keep you in cages. They don't care. They don't care. They are wicked, evil, evil, evil. Wicked, evil motherfuckers. And it's quite obvious on the world stage who has the moral authority in terms of just their out. Just look at all. Just I'm not going to name any world leaders. I don't want to be accused of being a. I don't want to be accused of even though it's quite apparent, quite obvious to anybody with two brain cells that the ruling class is they are the traitors. They are the traitors. They deserve to be lined up against a wall. They are the traitors. They saw the Chinese model and they got jealous, like King Joffrey. They're like, why can't I have slaves like that? Why can't we have slaves like the Chinese slaves? Because it's a nation built on people who believe in freedom. Anybody who comes here for freedom. Fucking retards. Fucking retards. Okay. All the things that are true on many of the fictionalized versions of reality are a lot of it is true in real life. A lot of it. And I suspect that a part of the ploy in using the drug of glowing screens to subvert the glowing screens being the most powerful weapon ever created. Unless you know how to use one. If everyone became a cinematographer, if creating video and knowing what goes into all the details of what goes into producing fictional content, if everybody was a masters at technology and cinematography and content creation, and then went the extra steps, the 2 extra steps it takes to realize how easy it is, how blatantly obvious and easy it is to make something that gets you emotional and makes you think a certain way, that will save the world. That will save the world. If you're an artist, as a preliminary aspect of your existence, you ought to do that. Okay. So this is where it starts. This is where the weird stuff starts. I was bantering with Grok about how, not knowing that I was going to end up doing this because I didn't think I'd be able to get away with streaming. And I still know that there are ways that I'm going to have to go about getting away from the main 4. The main 4, what is it? Google? So Google, Apple, Twitter, Facebook, and going other directions. Spread the word. I'm gonna have to do something like that. Just like I did with the banner. It's another thing that fucked them up. They were like, everybody's a dumb deeper. Everybody did. We control all of them because we have control over the screens. There are printed copies of Lawrence Journal World sitting in people's houses. And you idiots, Steve, you idiots, printed copies of those headlines sitting in people's houses in Lawrence, Kansas. And you fucking morons try to gaslight the entire town into thinking that something other than what had factually happened. How do you sleep at night? So I said to Grok, I want to work this into an art form. I'm studying animation, learning Blender. I'm currently homeless as a consequence of my battles against evil and corruption. I have a website that's is now down, but it's just a blog with a couple images and YouTube links. Kudos if you can give me a summary of the website. Oh, and then Grok couldn't. I told Grok where to go to summarize the website, and Grok fucked that up. because I don't know what's going on. I don't know at the time what was going on there, but who knows? The idea behind Minutia in its final form would be animated shorts that delve into details about things that get overlooked. The details. I need to get my own story off my chest to clear the way for greater feats of creativity for the world at large. My first idea presently is to go into details about this story, details I have not presented, like the fact that I filed the PFA against Kara, the freaking creep who was from a wealthy family, who was probably supposed to purchase my children as slaves, I would guess. Some prior arrangement, perhaps. I don't know. Good thing that faggot nigger left and got spooked. Got spooked and left. And he knows exactly fucking why. Stupid fucking nigger. John Maynard, you fucking faggot. Animation style, blah blah blah. Could you approach the timeline from perspective creatively? Okay, sure. Animation dialogue. You can read this if you want. I'm going to move past it. I I had to cut and paste some shit because same deal with the internet connection was happening then as is now, but it was worse because I was not as well prepared then as I am now. Dialogue with Grok. Yada yada. Scroll slowly so you can pause if you need to. Oh my god, it shows up again? Okay. This was because the connection is did it go? Did it not? Were they stopping it? Were they not? Was it being stopped? Was it being halted? What's the deal? Copy, paste, where did it go? Okay, here we go. After the paternity, I knew that Kara had moved out of her apartment. And I suspected that she might have moved back in with her sister in another county. This was concerning to me for one reason only: jurisdiction. The psychopaths who were conspiring to commit so many crimes, ganging up on me for purely ideological reasons, ruining me, psychologically scarring my children for no reason besides the lies that they had accepted as wholesale reality. They were programmed to believe I am some kind of enemy of theirs, the monster under the bed. The same can be said of virtually any person on the left pole. Jonathan Haidt. These people feel like a certain profile, a certain stereotype is some kind of an enemy of theirs, but they can't argue the logic behind their beliefs. They are ideologically possessed. It's way worse. It is not just ideological possession. What a fancy trick that Jordan Peterson pulled by introducing that into the public lexicon. Don't you think? What a fancy trick. Ideological possession is the psychologist's shitty rendition of satanically possessed, of demonically possessed. Okay? That's what that means. Demonically. They are possessed by demons. Actual, from hell, demons control their minds. They are zombies. This is the Book of Armageddon playing itself out. I don't believe that 100%, but it is really fucked up. Really fucked up. And the old ways have got to go. In this timeline, I was facing down hundreds, if not thousands, of demon-possessed creeps, all by myself. Several of these demonic freaks held and still hold the highest positions of power in society. If the legal system is to be regarded as the domain in which this battle was to be fought, then legal standards were the tools at my disposal. So I thought. If Carol was no longer living in Douglas County at the time of the paternity case, then the case needed to be moved to Johnson County and dealt with under an entirely different and ostensibly fairer authority. I asked her during the hearing under oath where she lived and if she was presently a resident of Douglas County, and she said yes during the hearing. Perjury. She committed perjury. Under oath, she said she was a resident of Douglas County. And she was clearly not, because legally, this gave me the means and justification to travel to other places where she was not located, such as her brother-in-law's house, a man I previously considered a friend, someone who I tried to get to help me, to get some money to her before there was a legal obligation to do so. I attempted to, and successfully was given the option to give her money in the middle of all this, in the fucking middle of it, knowing that they had kidnapped my children. I tried to get her money to support the children before the faggot Mark Simpson forced me to, by threat of fatal consequences, which is what encounters with any police officer entail. I had been incommunicado with the brother-in-law during the entire period, up until as recently as the death of John McAfee. When did John McAfee die? June of 2021. I was texting with him, as was considered within my legal right to do so, in a friendly manner, because I texted him to say it sucks that that guy died. Something that we were in unison about. The libertarian, the anarchist, hold on.
I lost mine again. I threw one or two liners. This was the one I lost.
That is not.
Did you buy it there?
I found it.
But where did that's my one I lost?
A month ago.
That one. You got another one?
No.
Can you sell it to me for 50 cents?
Let me think about him. Keep in mind, and this is profoundly important, the domain of civil jurisdiction governs and compels human behaviors in our society, which amount to literally billions of dollars in wasteful traps. Custody and divorce cases are economically larger than certain countries, especially when you factor in child support, employment decisions that have to be made based on alimony and whatnot, and the fees and penalties associated with them. During the child visitation with the green hair lady, I was able to offload some of the kids' toys. Big toys, like a motorized scooter. The kids shouldn't suffer any more than they had already by being forced, than they had already been forced to suffer. This was weeks after the custody hearing, when things were progressing towards a resolve. I had a low blood sugar the morning of July 25th after staying late at work overnight. My co-worker, whose job it was to relieve me, let me go around noon, making it altogether a 14-hour shift. His father, being diabetic, he made the judgment based on how I was presenting. Diabetic, type 1 diabetic, low blood sugar. Asked him to be a witness in the case, and there was fuckery with Johnson County in permitting that to proceed. I'm just so over it. And this is the idea. This is the point. They do this so they can kidnap children. I am not fucking kidding you. All of these hoops, all of these hurdles exist for the purpose of producing mental fatigue to anyone who objects to the state kidnapping their children so they can rape and torture them to death. Prove me wrong. So I took the same path home. It happens to involve stopping in the same town on the way, stopping in DeSoto. And I was in communication with somebody on Craigslist, provided the evidence of it, about purchasing a washer and dryer from DeSoto within a certain amount of blocks of his house. Maybe I wanted to see my son's scooter. I don't know. And this is true, because it was all fatigue. It was next day. I just got off work. And who the fuck cares? I was texting him about John McAfee. Who fucking cares? And I was tired, yes. I was sitting in my car eating when a cop knocked on my window. He said something along the lines of, "You drove past Kira's house." Kira, who stated under oath that she lived in Douglas County. So how could she be in Johnson County? How could she live in Johnson County if she stated under oath that she lived in Douglas County? How does 1 + 1 = 11? I don't know. How many niggers does it take to screw in a fuck bulb? I don't know. How many judges in Johnson County are full of shit? I don't give a fuck. They're all stupid faggot fucking niggers. Don't have children in this country. Just don't. Just don't. Until, I would say, a certain percentage of lawyers, people with law degrees, paralegals, people who practice law, until a certain percentage have either chosen another profession or have been summarily removed from their role in society, I would say, don't even think about it. Don't listen to Elon Musk when he tells you to have babies. Don't fuck around. Don't fuck around. Not because you don't want to have kids, not because it's not your God-given right. It's because the the United States justice system being run by Satan himself. Don't have to. I am too tired for this. Oh yeah, and he confessed. So whatever she told him was something about, and it's one after the other after the other. Remember the green-haired lady who took notes during a supervised visitation that was not supervised. I'm just whose notes. Just think about that. Some lady with green hair gets to decide to take notes on what happened. She observes, and only her written, hand-taken notes are considered legitimate. She could have wrote anything, and whatever. I have no fucking idea. I have no idea what was written. But what the cop said to me was that I was like interrogating the kids about where she lives. That during that unrecorded session, I was just sitting there asking about where mom lives. After not seeing them for 10 months, I was concerned about where it's a fucking miracle that nobody has died. It's a miracle. Do you want to see how Jesus performed miracles? This is it. It is a bloody miracle. It is otherworldly that you can do something so horrendous to another human being and not have I mean, I do still have a list. I know every person who played a role. I haven't written down a list, but I'm too tired for this. I don't have the emotional whatnots for it. After I was sitting in my car when a cop knocked on my window, he said something along the lines of, "You drove past Kara's house after interrogating the kids about where she lived." His position being likely one that involved gazing into her saucer-shaped puppy eyes and summarily ignoring the absence of a soul. I contemplated suicide inside the jail. And I had to explain to my new boss, because I was transferred that day I was supposed to begin. So I had to explain why I was absent from my very first shift at the new promotion, where I would have been making more money, because it was a bigger store and there's percentages involved. It was a bigger more profitable store. And then I had to face the women of BHC, the pantheon of childless. Okay, so this is a little bit of comedy to finish it off, because I have to get off of here. The women of behavioral health court, otherwise known as the pantheon of childless career ladies, who gathered gleefully to treat grown adults like children in place of staying at home to raise real ones. I need to take a shit. All right. Oh, that's great. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I need to take a shit. Okay, I'm back. Alright. Okay. I just had to knock something out so I could feel productive today. Okay, so Grok does this whole thing because I was like, hey, can you like banter with me about something creative? And then I'm like, okay, let's put that on pause for a second. And then this was where the monitor was put on me. So I was again, think of all the hits. Let's just summarize all the hits. First, to post the banner. Okay, so post the banner. Served in September. Not knowing how fucking just insane that shit is. Go to the first court hearing where Brandon Smith is a fucking Brandon Smith. Those are the pejoratives that we now refer to instead of racial slurs. He was being a Brandon Smith. Continued the hearing until the next time I saw him, which was the day that Matt Anderson had given me some Valium or something. Xanax, I don't fucking remember what it was, but I was calm as peaches. And I asked Brandon Smith to recuse himself because he had whispered into the microphone with Kara's lawyer after I left the room, after I left the first hearing. Okay, and then he continues it for using COVID as an excuse, continues. How many other children went missing, I wonder, during COVID? Something to look into. 2020, how many children went missing? And legitimately, I bet there's numbers that you couldn't make sense of. Continued the first violation, the first arrest with the iPad, December. Suicidal ideation and Josh taking my gun. Enter BHC. I'm cruising 6 months of that shit. Working overnight. Going to daytime meetings with counselors and psychiatrists and substance abuse people, and court every week, and gold star stickers, and spin the prize wheel, and hit with this second PFA violation in Johnson County, and arrested, almost losing my job, but still hanging there. And the next time I go to court, Sally Picorni mockingly says, "Guess what? Now you get an ankle monitor." And that's where we are. Guess what? Now, in addition to carrying around a GPS device that already shows where you are, that you have to blow into every fucking 2 hours, to prove you're not drinking. In addition to that tracking device, you're going to get another one, and your restraints are even tighter. And it's all to mentally break you. Every single aspect of it. It is by design. It exists to mentally break you. Psychologically. And spiritually. And it is satanic. And Satan is a faggot. Satan is a fucking faggot. So is everybody who works for Satan. Only light and love and positivity and creativity can solve this. You cannot resort to their methods. They kill people. They break people. They are destroyers. That is their, I guess it's their job. I mean, that's what Satan did to Job. Like, that's how that thing works, right? Like, Satan is a fucking faggot, and God sends Satan into the world to keep people huddled around the light, is the idea, right? A wolf into the darkness. And I guess, people who are possessed by Satan have to do the devouring wolf thing. And it's your job to defend the light. Defend the light. And you cannot do so by going into the darkness with them. You have to stand your ground. Don't let the light go out. Or maybe, I don't know, man. I'm tired right now. But, the Gnostics did have a theology that involved, what is the Gnostic Christian? And I'm not a Gnostic Christian. It's Christian mystic. I recognize the complexity and truth that is inherent in all things. Okay. In terms of gnosis, the Greek word, knowledge, I'm an intellectual anarchist. You have to keep those things in mind. What is the position on procreation? I'm pretty sure that if this is hell, the Gnostic Christian position on procreation is complex and varies across different Gnostic sects, as Gnosticism was not a monolithic movement, but a diverse set of beliefs that emerged in the early centuries of Christianity. However, a common thread in many Gnostic teachings, particularly those reflected in texts like the Nag Hammadi Library, is a generally negative or cautious view of procreation, rooted in their cosmological and theological framework. Material world as flawed or evil. Gnostics typically viewed the material world as a creation of a lesser flawed deity, retarded deity. Satan is a faggot, remember that, a retarded faggot. Just keep that as your mantra. Rather than a true transcendent God. The physical body and material existence were seen as traps for the divine spark or spirit within humans. Procreation, as an act that perpetuates physical existence, was often considered problematic because it binds more divine sparks to the material realm, prolonging entrapment in the cycle of birth and death. asceticism and rejection of physical desires. Many Gnostic groups, such as the Valentinians or the Scythians, emphasized ascetic practices including sexual abstinence to detach from the material world and focus on spiritual liberation. Some Gnostic texts, like the Gospel of Philip, suggest that sexual activity and procreation were associated with the lower material world, though certain symbolic or spiritualized interpretations of sex as a metaphor or for divine union existed in some sects. Encratites and other radical Gnostic groups, outright rejected procreation, advocating celibacy as a means to escape the material world and avoid perpetuating Satan's dominion. Other groups, like the Valentinians, were less rigid and allowed for marriage and procreation among the psychic, less spiritually advanced members, while the pneumatic, spiritually enlightened, were encouraged to pursue asceticism. Interesting. Well, you can look it up, but it's... wow, there's a lot. In general, Gnostic Christians leaned toward viewing procreation skeptically, often associating it with the perpetuation of the flawed material world and advocating asceticism or celibacy as a path to spiritual liberation. However, the stance varied, with some sects allowing procreation under certain conditions. This contrasts with mainstream Christianity's more positive view of procreation as part of God's plan. So, the who knows? There's a triune constellation of possibilities that involve this concept of perpetuating the human project. One is, as we just went over, the Buddhists, the asceticism, withdrawal from material attachments, becoming a homeless vagabond, perhaps, enduring upon a path of spiritual enlightenment. That's one. Two is the alchemist view, which is an endeavor to unionize, to the chemical wedding is what it's called, I think. Chemical wedding. Alchemical allegory attributed to Johann Rosenkreuz, fictional character. 7-day spiritual journey for symbolic rituals. This wedding symbolizes the alchemical union of opposites, masculine and feminine, spirit and matter. That is why it's so confounding. So that's two. The chemical wedding is let's say a philosophical endeavor to make the duality into a unity, to make two become one. And the third is the most potent and popular, which is what we're doing. the continuation of a higher the continuation of the thought of progress of the human race. Now, I don't think that they're all necessarily mutually exclusive, and that over time, 1, 2, and 3 can be regarded as necessary components of a whole, necessary, like, parts of a whole. I don't know. I'm not a god. I'm just a man. But I do see the value in all three. And I don't think that ending the world or ending human existence is as any sort of a solution that can be achieved by humans. It's like man, I'm so fucking tired. It's like the time monsters in Rick and Morty. He's like, here, well, let's just end on that. He's like, how you gonna fix time when you're standing in it, you dumbass monkey ass. Let's see if we can do this. Time police. Too many words.
You got that crystal over there, but the only way your dumb ass
This might be it.
What the Your time is all ripped up to hell. You broke your time twice. How did this happen?
We don't even know. I'm first time.
Shut the up. Oh, damn. I'm from the 4th dimension. I can hear all of y'all. Now let's just see what we got here for a second. Hey, damn it. Were you trying to use this to... Oh, see, you broke time and you thought you could just stick it back together with this? How you think you gonna move time while you're standing in it, you dumbass 3-dimensional monkey ass dummies? No, Earth, dude. I'm talking about... Yeah.
How you gonna fix time when you're standing in it, you dumbass 3-dimensional ass monkeys? So, yeah. Yeah, so we can't... I mean, our limits are very obvious. And whoever the god is, whoever the godliest of the gods, wants us to follow certain rules and stop trying to, I don't know, break it. I don't fucking know. It's all out there, though. And you can take the left-hand path, too, if you so choose. I have to sleep. I have to. Good